Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I'm going to demonstrate how to make this nice cozy neck warmer and face cover for those cold winter months. So let's get started. I'm using Serpa fleece. And the difference between regular fleece and Serpa fleece is on the back, it's got this little fuzzy material. And then of course it just has a regular fleece look from the front. So it is a lot thicker and better for those cold climates. I purchased it from Walmart. It was a pre-cut bundle, 1.5 yards, for a little under $12. So if you needed to, you can make one for everyone in the family. Before you cut your fabric, measure the diameter of your head. Go over your ears and nose, then add 1 inch. Then cut your fabric 12 inches high by the diameter of your head plus 1 inch. For example, my diameter is 21.5 inches, so I've cut my fabric 12 inches by 22.5 inches. One of the issues with Serpa fleece is that when you cut the fabric, you'll notice that it starts to shed that white material that's on the back, and it only is shedding along the edges. So before you do your seam and stitch this all together, I recommend you either do a zigzag stitch over the edge or an overlock stitch that you may have on your sewing machine. Or if you have a serger like I do, you can serge the edge so that it will not shed. Fleece fabric is stretchable going in 2 different directions. For instance, from the selvage edge to the other selvage edge, it will stretch. But if you go from raw edge to raw edge, it does not stretch. So make sure when you're cutting your fabric out that whatever your diameter is, you want it to be on the side that stretches. On your 2 longest edges, fold it over 1/2 inch towards the back side. Put your first pin 3 inches from the edge down here, and then at the other end, put your last pin at 3 inches from the edge down here. Then you want to do a zigzag stitch along here on this edge. So stitch from the first pin all the way down to the last pin. And again, you do that on both of your longest edges. I'm going to demonstrate how to do a French seam to close the 2 ends up. So normally you would have the front side of your fabric up, but in this case, you want the back side of your fabric facing up. Bring the 2 ends together, so now you see the front of your fabric. And go ahead and pin your edges together. And after pinning, you're going to stitch really close to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch from this edge along here. Reach inside and turn it back side out. And fold it right at the seam. Place pins to hold it and make sure that that seam is right there in the middle of the fold. Then stitch 1/2 inch seam from this raw edge all the way down to this edge here. Reach inside and turn it front side out. Then fold your edges over 1/2 inch and do a zigzag stitch along here. And make sure you do it on the other side also. And when you are done, it should look like this. If you are new to sewing, here's a little sewing tip that might make this project a little easier for you. If you look at the throat plate on your sewing machine and the cover over your bobbin case, there are probably some lines there, at least there should be. And then on not all machines, but a lot of the new machines, there's even lines over the bobbin case. For instance, mine says right here, 1/4 inch. So you could just take a ruler and from the center where the needle is, measure out to see where 5/8 is, 1/2 inch, whatever the measurement you are using for your seam. Check that to see where the line is. Then once you've determined that, for instance, for 1/4 inch, I would keep the raw edge of my fabric right on that 1/4 inch. I would never look at the needle. I would only look at that 1/4 inch line. So as I'm sewing, I would keep my fabric right on the edge of that 1/4 inch line. I hope you enjoyed this video. For more neck scarves and other clothing projects, check below your YouTube screen for those video tutorial links. Thanks for watching and happy sewing! I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the thumbs up button and don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, click on that red subscribe button down there in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. Click on the bell so you can receive notifications about my latest videos. I'm Cheryl, and this is Scotty, and this is Manny. See you next time, and happy sewing!